I'm gonna hit you so hard you won't see nothing. Ever, 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 ever.
Audio Skulls all day.
The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab.
You can't have an opinion on something that you haven't even tried.
Exactly. This podcast is all about. It is what the the amendment of free speech is about.
The
right?
amendment?
Which
one is it? Which one is it?
It's the First Amendment.
Okay, you better get that right.
Don't fuck. I am a real American, sir. Just like all of us here at the Mad Scientist Lab podcast.
What song is? Oh, that's Hulk Hogan.
I'm a real American.
Yeah, I am a real American.
Yeah. Our good friend Chief plays it in the bar sometimes because he is a real Canadian. So, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the official episode 118.
All these damn Canadians around here.
There are a lot. 118 episodes of this here Mad Scientist Lab podcast. As always, it is I, RJ the Pizza Guy.
Technically 119, but
we
digress.
So anyway, we don't know what number this is because we did a show last week. It's 118. Okay. We'll get into that, but as always, it is I, RJ the Pizza Guy. And we've got Jared, the visual mad scientist. Okay. Hello, Jared. And Jessica is returning. Thank you.
I'm back.
Yeah, thank you for coming back.
What up, dog? Having me.
Of course, you're always welcome. Hey, put it this way: if my mom likes you, you must not be that bad.
Yo, your mom is so dope.
Dude, my mom is absolutely out of her mind. Dude, do not allow her sweetness to.
Well, now we know where you get it from.
Really cool.
Yeah. Well. Now you know what? That's probably why I'm like the way I am.
No, that's 100%. What DNA is a motherfucker.
DNA. Do not ask, folks. Do not ask. All right.
Deoxyribonucleic acid.
All right. So for those of that who can spell out there, if you can spell that for us without using Google somehow and show us, we will give you a hat. I think that's fair, right? We're gonna find a random.
Nobody's gonna fucking.
Somebody
do
put
that.
it in the YouTube comments.
Yeah, how we're gonna know if
How about the first person who puts it in the YouTube comments?
But how do we know if they Google it?
Yeah. So,
that's
so
true.
what we need to do is we need to go up to a random stranger and say, "Hey, if you can spell this, we'll give you this hat." The cops will probably be called because we're gonna scare them away.
So then you guys need a GoPro so you can record that.
Oh, dude, we should get a GoPro,
yeah.
and then we can be GoPros.
I'd be glad if people could just actually get, if we ask people on the street randomly and record them, what does DNA actually stand for? What's the acronym DNA stand for?
Damn, dude.
I bet you nobody would get that.
Dude, fuck, we need to do it. We probably will have to carry a gun.
I'm sure there's some people who may.
No, I'm sure there are some.
Oh, you should test people who are of this generation, the ones who are spend all their time online, and see if they actually know what DNA stands for, because I'm pretty sure they don't.
That's what I'm saying. I don't even think. I'm telling you.
I don't even think I knew what it was until I just fucking said it.
I'm telling you, man. That's that. For some reason in biology, that was the one thing that I was I feel like I need to remember this, just so I can seem smart.
It's very important. The same thing with RNA and mRNA.
Well, RNA is it's I forgot what mRNA is. I think that's the synthetic
messenger.
One.
It's the messenger.
Oh, messenger.
It stands for drug.
But RNA is basically a broken down version of DNA.
And then there was also isn't there tRNA? There's a couple other
probably,
ones, right?
but that's when you're getting into biotech shit.
Yeah.
I don't.
And we're getting into shit that RJ does not understand.
I know the words, and I can understand if someone's explaining it, but I could not explain it back.
Okay, that's fair.
Biology is not my friend. Space is my shit.
Yeah, but man, dude, science in general, I don't know. I never had a real big knack for it, as a kid.
You didn't care. There was nothing you cared about.
Yeah, I did a lot of weed.
Yeah,
reefer.
Okay, so then let's talk about that. What is your favorite
subject?
Type of science? No, not subject.
Oh, type of science.
We already know yours is fashion marketing.
It was so. So before we go any further, let me explain to Jessica that in my senior year in high school, I was taking calculus. Okay, for whatever reason. And man, when I went in there one day and he was like, yeah, so Johnny's sitting on the train, the earth rotates like this. How many apples does he have? I'm like, whoa,
What?
fuck you.
That is not fucking calculus.
Well, I don't know. That's what it sounded like to me, sir.
That sounded like I don't know
my
what the
gosh.
fuck that was.
Yeah, a bunch of gibberish. So I was like,
Sounds
hey.
like algebra.
I was like, well, it is
Nah.
probably, it's.
That was I don't know what the fuck that was. What was it again? If Johnny
If Johnny's sitting on a train and the sun is rotating, how many apples does he have? And I'm like, what the
It's,
fuck does
that sounds like algebra. Something like algebra.
Well, yeah, yeah, okay, that is because
sounds like
the variable
an
you're trying to
algebraic equation.
yeah, you're trying to find the
Was it
variable which
y
would be
equals, like,
no
or-
would be how many apples he had.
Yeah, but
X is the apples.
yeah, it's just.
Ah, man, algebra. Math sucks in general. Like
Look,
you. Okay, pause your story.
All right, don't worry.
No, we don't need to hear it again.
No, yeah, no.
We have a whole skit on TikTok that
You-
got 2,000 views on that.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? I didn't even know that.
Really?
I'm
That's
fucking
awesome.
handsome. Thank you.
That's awesome.
I'm fucking attractive.
You know, I showed you that one.
Did you?
Yes.
Were we drunk?
Probably.
Yeah,
I forgot
okay.
who was on the show, but oh no, that was I think that was Peter and Josh.
Oh man, dude, what a wild podcast that was.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jessica. I'm sorry, darling.
I totally forgot what I was
Oh
gonna
man,
say.
fuck. RJ strikes again, not with Jared, but with the guest as well.
I thought we were talking about science and math and
Yeah, you were saying math sucks.
Yeah, math. Well, personally, to me, math sucks because I feel like you use every day, like maybe addition and subtraction, multiplication, and I don't know if you use division or
that's
not. Like-
shit.
Basic arithmetic.
Yeah,
Arithmetic is the word.
basic.
Oh, I knew something.
But
Jared did.
where, if somebody can please explain to me where this like geometry and algebra comes into
Well-
play sometimes in your life.
Well,
I'd really like to
geometry
know.
comes into your life. Let's see. When you're driving,
I've
you-
never thought about that.
like if you're making a turn, that's 90 degrees.
Okay.
Or if you need to turn around, that's 360 degrees. Or no,
No, it's
that'd be
180.
180.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
If
you're
you're-
going if you're going around, I mean, we're getting like super technical, but that is geometry. And you still have to, or is that more physics? Like the time and space and judging that, I think that's more physics.
Yeah, no, it would be.
Yeah.
Huh.
Because geometry is just like the angles.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Uh,
I always like geometry better than algebra.
Well, I
And
think
people
algebra
would say-
suck.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
was like this.
algebra does suck. I would say if there was one set of math I was probably better at than others, it definitely would be geometry. I think it's a lot easier to understand. As bad as it sounds, it's because there's like shapes and
Because
stuff.
it's applicable,
It-
and
yeah.
you can see it. You can see it. It's a visual thing. Like if you're a visual learner,
Yeah.
geometry. I would think
Yeah,
I talked about this before. I didn't fucking like any of that shit till I got to trig.
Dude, I used to think
And
my
trig-
geometry. Go
Trig
ahead.
is one of the hardest of all of them.
I've never taken trigonometry
Well, I-
or calculus, so
Well,
I don't know.
I didn't take
Or
calculus,
pre-calc.
but I didn't take that either. But well, maybe I did. But I only took trig because I was in college and I was at a technical college, so
Yeah.
you got to know. But it applies to real world shit like waves. I talked about this before, but it's like waves and radio waves, and that's
So
that's-
it's more on the scientific
yeah.
level.
Yeah. And that's why I think I gravitated toward it because I could see, all right, now I get why this is important. But like
So
algebra,
it's
like
it has stuff to do with
X
like
plus 2.
like for example, like geography, the trigonometry it comes into play with the geography.
That's geospatial.
Okay.
But yeah, it's similar. They kind of coincide, but that's geospatial shit is like new. That's like with computers and making maps and all that shit.
This is some fascinating shit we're talking about on this show. So let's tone it down a bit and let's talk about my fashion marketing. All right.
Let's not talk about
Oh,
fashion.
fine.
No, go ahead.
Well,
Okay.
we'll do it for the guest
Fine.
purposes.
A little bit.
So anyway, I was taking calculus, and this was the first semester of the year, and I realized I didn't need to graduate. I was a senior. I didn't care. And so I talked to my counselor. I was like, hey, I want to take something else the rest of the year. They're like, cool. They're like, the only thing available is fashion marketing. And I was like, I didn't even know that was a class. Yeah, obviously it's an elective. So I took it, and all I did was watch fucking Tyra Banks all class and just a bunch of random
Okay.
shit.
This is a new detail that did not get fucking
What, you
unveiled the last time.
So you would watch Top Model because she used to
yeah,
have the
so-
show Top Model.
So-
Thank you for getting to that my point exactly.
So, and then we would have to talk about, obviously, marketing.
Smizing
I don't know what that is.
is lies.
Maybe
You watched every season of fucking Top Model and you don't know what smizing is?
Who said I was watching for the? I was watching for the models. I didn't care about anything
I
else.
get it.
I was like,
but
oh,
you can't
yeah.
watch that show without actually picking up some of the content.
I don't listen very often.
Oh my god!
Like right now, I'm not listening.
Clearly,
I'm not listening.
This is how you know you don't even remember that we talked about this before.
Well,
we didn't talk about you loving Tyra Banks and that being your favorite. You probably watched the RuPaul show too, didn't you?
No, I've never watched that
Oh,
shit.
by the way, I was listening to another podcast and they're on season 14. And they have they said this season they're having their first like not non-homosexual person on in the cast.
Oh, but he's still dressing up,
Yeah.
or they, whatever, however those pronouns work
No,
these days.
I used to watch. No, I've never watched that shit.
I've never seen it either.
It's no, but it was just an elective, and I took it, and my teacher was hot, dude, super hot.
Okay, so maybe that's why you stayed in the class.
Well, I didn't have anywhere else to go. She was super
This
hot, dude.
motherfucker.
But did you need
Fashion
the class?
No, it
Wait,
was just
so sports marketing wasn't available?
no, because the second semester it had like people jumped on it before.
Oh, everybody loves that shit.
Oh, dude.
I never took it.
I never took it either, but
Well-
everybody fucking
Well,
loves
see,
that shit.
so that's like so I took home ec several times in
Oh,
gourmet foods.
I took home ec. What was that? 7th grade, I think. That was cool.
No, I took home ec in 7th, and then I took gourmet foods. No, I took it in 7th and
These
8th.
motherfuckers, we didn't have gourmet foods.
I never took home ec and I never took gourmet foods.
Well,
I did like weight training.
I did weight training.
Yeah, I did.
I was
weight
a
training,
nerd.
too.
I took chorus.
I didn't do
Oh, is that,
Yeah.
is that so? Can you sing?
I'm not like the greatest singer, but I think I can knock some notes.
carry a tune,
Carry a tune.
as
Well,
they say.
Yeah.
Well, I think I can sing too until I listen to myself. So it's all right.
Until we all listen to it.
Well, I'm singing in the car, so I mean, usually people look at me a little crazy when I'm
Yeah,
driving.
especially when I'm banging my Katy Perry, dude. It's all good though.
Oh my god.
If you're hot, then you're cold, and yes, and you're no.
Dude, I don't know, man. Like music
love
is,
these songs.
but music was like my thing, and it still is like low key my thing because I'll listen to anything now. When I was younger, I was a little more closed minded, and I'm not gay. And if I was gay, you would know. No homo.
I got news for you.
Oh my god.
That means you're gay.
Okay, so man, that
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
there's nothing wrong with that, and we here at the Mad Science.
Oh, here you go. Keep going with your story.
Anyway, so music is just like, I don't know, man. You just vibe to it. It's something you feel. So like as I got older, I just started listening to different shit. I was like, all right. I was like, let me try this out and let me do this because I'm a big fan of jazz. Like I love the saxophone. I used to play it, and I don't know. The blues, and I'll listen to anything at this point in my life. So if you get in my car, and obviously Jared's
That's
been in my
lies.
car,
That's lies.
what? I'll listen to anything.
No, you won't. You say you don't listen to. You said here that you don't listen to new music, even
No,
if-
well, newer, not in terms of when I say new music, I mean more of hip hop, newer artists. It doesn't do anything for me. If I hear it somewhere, put it this way, I wouldn't know a song
you gotta go that way.
until
that way.
I basically someone's like, "Oh, this is so and
turn
so,"
it.
and I can't even decipher who it is from the next person. So in that sense, you're right. But overall, just in general, like in terms of genres, like I'll listen to anything. Okay, the only thing I won't listen to, I'm not gonna lie, is like gospel music, like church music. So that's just not.
But like, I don't feel like there's anything wrong with gospel.
No, neither do I. But I just
Lord Jesus.
yeah. So like I like.
No, some of it is really like a lot. But there's different genres of Christian music.
Yeah, no, I know
Oh
that.
yeah, there's
Like Katy Perry used to be a Christian artist.
Well, yeah, because her family was super.
yeah,
her dad's a preacher.
yeah.
Yeah. And there is hip hop.
Yeah, I know. There's
Gospel hip hop that it sounds harder than some of the shit you've ever heard on the radio.
no, but
or
it's crazy.
anywhere
A
else.
friend of mine I grew up with, a cousin of his, was like a Christian
on the cross for us.
Yeah, dude, like some hardcore Christian rap, and he let me listen to it. This was when we were in high school, man.
Yeah,
and I
My
was
cousin
like,
used to listen to that.
and I was just like, damn, that was kind of all right, dude. Like, I wasn't even.
No, it's good music.
Yeah, so
It's like, the content just doesn't work out for me.
yeah. So it's
The
like,
way the universe and my beliefs work. Nah.
I don't know, because my mom's side of the family is religious. I mean, I believe in something, obviously, but I'm not overly religious. Put it this way: the only time I go to church, I'll go with my grandmother.
Kesslers got me fucking going.
Dude, the Kesslers, dude. And it's not like we're going to mention John at all on this podcast. John, thank you. You are missed. Speedy recovery to you, because I know that he got
the vid.
Yeah, he's got the vid.
Everybody's got the vid.
So cheers.
Shout out to the vid.
The vid. Okay, taking over the planet still. Fuck you.
And
2 years later.
10 years from now, who knows? And it'll continue to mutate, because apparently in
100%
France
correct.
there's like 15 new mutations.
Yeah.
H is it's
I heard 40. I don't know.
HU or something is
I
that
don't know.
HUI is like
It's
the new, I think
it's probably
that's
ICU at this point.
I don't watch news, so I don't
I just
know.
read articles. I'm like,
I don't
holy
do
crap.
that.
Well,
I don't do that.
So
either.
for those of you out there who didn't know, me and Jared talked about
Look,
it last
I'm
week.
I'm on that Rocky shit. If I die, I die.
Yeah, no. So I mean, no bullshit. So unfortunately, you haven't seen a show from us in 2 weeks. You should have last week. There were some unfortunate technical difficulties.
Yeah, we did have it was a good one. Too.
Yeah, we had a great show last week. Why does that always happen to us?
Because
It must be God.
the universe obviously doesn't want.
They wanted Jessica here.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah,
Yeah.
you might be right.
All right. So, Jessica, welcome. And so we're going to tell our story because, unfortunately, the reason that we didn't have some shows, not last week, but the week before, is because, well, we had the vid. I had the vid. Jared thinks he had the vid.
I think I had it. I didn't get tested, so
And
I'm not 100% sure.
Even though I'm a guest today, I had the vid.
The vid. All right. So we are some dirty motherfuckers here at the Mad Scientist Lab podcast.
Again, this is okay. So
No,
wait,
hold on.
wait,
It's
wait,
a joke.
wait, wait,
Calm
wait.
down. Calm down. Calm down.
Hold on.
You guys
This
are
is
no
what
fun.
I was saying last week. The show that didn't go out, I was like, motherfuckers need to stop shaming people for getting it.
No. I'm not shaming anybody.
That's like shaming somebody for getting the flu or getting a cold. Like, motherfucker, please.
I know.
We're
I agree.
all gonna fucking get it. Shut the fuck up. You can't fucking live in your house for the fucking rest of your life. If
Even
you do,
people-
you're gonna your immune system. Hold on, give me 1 second. I'm on a soapbox right now. Even if your immune system is gonna get more fucked up, the less you're around other people. So I don't want to hear that shit. Stop shaming people for fucking getting COVID. It's gonna happen. We're all gonna get it. Shut the fuck up. Sorry,
Thank you, Jared.
I'm off on my.
Thanks.
I got a
I
tangent.
agree with you 100% on that. I actually let me rewind. There's something called the flu Rona now,
I
which
heard
is
about that.
actually what we had in my household.
Mm.
So we had the flu plus coronavirus, and it was intense. Supposedly, you get vaccinated and your symptoms are less mild, but I still feel like mine were extremely
So
severe, but very not lasting maybe as long as somebody who didn't get vaccinated. I don't know.
That's not true either. Actually, me and RJ kind of listened to the same. It was a Joe Rogan podcast. He had I forgot the guy's
His name is Dr. Robert Malone. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So him.
It's
This guy.
It's an awesome
he,
podcast.
He basically invented RNA vaccines. Like, he's one of the major researchers on RNA vaccines, and he was just talking about, and I think I talked about this about other scientific areas, how like money is being pushed around to the point where real science is getting pushed to the back burner, and like. And then that's what he talks about on this podcast, and he's just saying, he's like people who are who actually got it naturally and were not vaccinated are more immune to it than people who are vaccinated and then still, because they're still gonna get it.
Yeah.
But it was a bunch of stuff.
And he was also saying that to the whole antibodies things. If you're unvaccinated and you catch it, and if you get the vaccine afterwards, you're more likely. I don't know the percentage wise is to have a severe reaction
That's
to the
what
vaccine.
it was. That's what I was trying to get to. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
No,
so-
they are saying that. I mean, This is what I've read. You should get the vaccine until 90 days after you have coronavirus. If you've never been vaccinated. Now they're saying the booster 30 days after you've been vaccinated one time. But the thing that's mind-blowing to me is like getting booster after booster after booster after booster. Like I understand there's a lot of mutations, but I think you should be okay on the same level as flu, getting one flu shot a year along with one coronavirus shot a year. The flu mutates as well as much as the coronavirus does, but supposedly it hasn't been big in the media. You don't hear about the flu anymore. You hear coronavirus. You
don't hear about anything anymore.
You don't hear any about it.
It's all COVID.
Fucking H1N1 still out there. Swine flu still out there.
Yeah.
All, bird flu, all that shit is still out there. Ebola, it's still around. It ain't gone nowhere. But this is just something we're going to have to deal with for the end of time.
And I think with the mutations, don't hate me or whatever I'm about to say, but hopefully, as long as it mutates, like right now they're saying the Omicron, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing this right. Omicron. It sounds like
Gesundheit.
It sounds like some Transformer kind of stuff.
More than meets the eye.
You know what? First, it first made me think about not Back to the Future. Futurama was Omicron Persei 8. I'm from Omicron Persei 8.
Who names these fucking things anyway, dude?
It's all Greek.
It's the Greek alphabet.
But I'm like, what the hell does the Greek alphabet have to do with, like, every time I think of, like, the Greek alphabet, I think triangle. So I'm like, okay,
those are all the fraternities and sororities you know about.
yeah, right. That's it. What it makes you think of. I'm like, okay.
Like Omega. So when we get to Omega, is coronavirus gonna be over? Or I should say, should SARS coronavirus 2 is that gonna be over when we get to Omega?
But we're already in which is Omicron.
No, that's a different letter.
Oh,
Omega is the end. It's Alpha is the beginning and Omega is the end. Omega is like the Omega Sci-Fi, like that's the big.
But there was never an Alpha. Was there an Alpha?
The very first one.
Yeah,
Alpha.
yeah.
I don't know
if
they probably
Beta?
Yeah, Beta.
Third one was Corona.
And remember the big one that was everybody was scared of was Delta?
Delta.
Yeah.
That's the fourth.
That was the fourth one.
So what was E? There's no E?
It was there. It just wasn't. It wasn't newsworthy. That's all.
I do not believe that at all. Because every other virus, every other mutation of COVID gets more news coverage.
It's pretty wild too, man. It's like when we feel like we're finally getting like a moment of peace and like calming down, they're like, oh nope, like they're keeping.
That's the media, bro.
Yeah, it sucks. I was talking to somebody at a bar because I have a problem. All right.
Where else was he?
Yeah, where else was I?
Speaking of bar, let me hold your thought. Can I have a spotted cow, please?
Oh, yeah. Motherfucker. So, hold on. I'm going to give you a good one. Hold on. I have to raise off my glasses. Hey, Jared, put the camera on me. You people can see my eyes. How are you? Yes, they are brown. Okay, so hold on.
What? That didn't make any fucking sense.
No, because he always wears sunshades.
Yeah, but what did that have to do with what we were talking about?
I don't know. I'm just...
Brandon.
Okay,
Random.
so this is... no, I want to give her an action. So there's different...
There's different ones?
Oh, yeah.
No, the spotted cow was the spotted cow.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, that's the sample pack. Okay.
Oh, yeah, so...
You didn't say that was a sample pack.
Oh,
when
I
brought
thought it was all spotted cow.
No. So it's the same... so the brand is spotted... Well...
No, the brewery is New
Glarus.
Glarus, yeah.
Okay, but spotted cow... Okay, so... Jessica, that is for you.
Thanks.
And so while you're opening this with this handmade bottle opener from Africa that was handmade, can you tell me that this was handmade and not bought at a truck stop?
Truck stop.
Okay, I'm examining this.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it.
That's what she said.
No, it is, because it's very detailed in the painting. I can tell. It's very nice. Okay, let's open the bottle. Okay?
So we will never know Jessica's thoughts on the handmade.
No, I just said.
Okay.
Look at that. Look at the crafting in the paint.
Yeah.
Like on the bottle opener. No, this is really nice. It's dope. I like it. It's not magnetic though. You can't put it on your refrigerator.
No. It's gonna stay down here, and I'm gonna ask every single person.
That was on the other aisle.
Yeah. Fuck you, Jared.
The magnets you had to buy separately.
All right, so tell us, what do you think about the spotted cow?
I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah, here, take it.
Hold on. Okay, let me.
Well, we want you to take a sip.
Don't put it in that. No, don't put it in there.
What do you think?
It's good.
Yeah, it's a good
tastes like
beer.
a lager,
Dude,
think it is a
we
lager.
have so much beer from a gentleman who will not be named
but
on this
it's
show
hot.
again.
This beer's warm.
This is
I
warm.
told him
What?
that.
This beer is
It's warm.
cold. What do
No,
you
it's
mean?
not
No, it's
cold.
not,
It's
bro.
warm.
That's not
It's
fucking
Here,
warm.
touch
cold.
it.
That's not a cold beer.
It's warm.
Touch
I
it.
just drank it. I'm telling you, it's warm.
Oh, fuck.
That is not a cold beer. Do you know what a cold beer is?
I know what cold beer is.
Ice cold beer
obviously
is
not.
It
something you
runs through my
sling back.
veins.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
Because you're thinking that's cold. Like no, that's not.
Fine.
That's why I asked you when you brought them down.
No, this is very good. I like.
All right.
this.
Actually, I would argue to some people. I think it depends on
Kind
the
of beer.
beer, but I would argue that you get more of a taste out of warm beer or like lukewarm beer than you would.
I've never had warm beer. This is the first time I've had warm.
Really?
Beer.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm sorry to disappoint
It's
you.
okay. No, it's actually very good. I'm not knocking it. It's good.
But that's what I'm saying. You're gonna get a different taste if it was served
Cold.
30. What was it? 31 degrees.
Well, I know.
Well, you should have stuck the beer outside in the snow that we still have on
You
the
know what
ground.
you
and
know
it
what I
would be
stuck in the
frozen
snow?
right
I stuck my face in the snow. That
We
was
know.
pretty cool.
We saw the video. Actually, I'm gonna pull that. I'm gonna put that up.
I actually made it a GIF.
Okay, well, send it to me,
I will.
and I
You
will
should
put
put
it
it-
on the show.
Yeah, put it in the video. That'd be dope.
I was doing it for a dear friend to cheer them up. That's why I made that video.
Well,
Oh,
They
by
thought-
the way, if
they
you
thought it was
guys
funny.
are, I don't know who listens to this, if there's people across the country, we got 14 inches of snow.
oh yeah,
Yeah, fucking. Well,
that was
one,
the- that was the first
apparently
snow.
we got more,
yeah. We
What
got
was it?
2 to 4 inches the other day.
but it didn't even seem like it. That was like a dusting.
I think the roads were
yeah, they were
too
clear.
warm. Yeah.
yeah. Well, I think so. With the snow that came on Monday, for those who live in the DMV area, so they were predicting snow. So let me tell you my end of it. So I'm closing at work right now, so I'm going in at noon.
Closing time.
I was actually I woke up at 6 to use the restroom, okay? Because beer, all right? I looked outside. There was nothing on the ground. I was like, okay. I went back to sleep. I woke up at 10:30. I looked outside, and I was like, yo, what the fuck
Wait,
is going on?
10:30 in the morning?
Yeah.
Oh. You're talking about this? Oh, the big one.
Yeah, the big one on Monday.
Yeah,
because they were
'cause-
talking about it. I was like, oh, there ain't nothing out there.
Because
And-
I got home late that night and there was nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing.
There was nothing, and then I fucking woke up the next morning and everything's white, and
D-
there's like 3 or 4 trees that fell over in my complex on people's cars and shit. I'm like, "Eee."
And I got lucky enough. Well, not lucky enough. I called work. I said, hey, do you need me to come in? They're like, no, stay home. They were like, we're about to close. And this is at like noon, or almost noon. And I was like, okay, no problem. And what I'm happy that I didn't have to deal with, because, you know,
Coronavirus.
well, I had just gotten over that. All right. I was like, oh, I get another day to stay home and play Halo like a fucking nerd. All right. Go buy it. All right. So anyway,
Keep going.
me and you used to live in Woodbridge. And for those in the DMV area know that you got to take 95 south to get there. And man, was that a shit show for a lot of people, dude.
Don't know. Don't watch the news.
Oh,
Dude, 95 was a fucking mess.
yeah.
A guy I work with was
I work from home.
yeah, smile, Jared. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, anyway, I work with a guy that lives in Fredericksburg. It took him 18 hours to get home.
Damn.
Took him 18 hours to get home.
And some people didn't even make it to the next day. I saw the news. It was really bad because apparently people were like, oh, it's like 65 degrees outside. And then they're like, it was beautiful on Sunday. It was
Yeah.
It was so
nice.
random. It was unseasonably warm
Yeah.
for January, and the next day we're
The
like,
whole
what
week
the fuck?
the whole week last week was so nice. It was in the 50s, 60s for this area. And then I didn't even think it was going to stick. My mom's like,
why I'm
oh, the
always
snow's
prepared.
coming. I said, no, it's not. It is not going to stick.
It was wet snow. That's why I stuck.
And then it got, apparently my mom's like, it's going to freeze overnight. And I'm like, it's hot right now. Even if they say it's going to freeze overnight, it's not going to be cold enough for the rose to stick. Well, did I eat shit? Because it did.
You were like, can it, you old bag? You know, and then
I was like, damn, I ate my words because I was like, I wasn't expecting it. Like, nobody
was. And you know what the crazy thing about living in this area is that they will, if there's like a 15% chance, you'll see salt trucks everywhere on the parkway, on the road.
They
And then they just dicked us over. They're like, you know what? We're not going to work tomorrow.
Bro,
and
they didn't plow my complex until I think Tuesday.
Dude, my neighborhood was so fucked. Obviously, you guys are here now. So anyway, so Monday passes. I go to work Tuesday. I wake up. I'm like, all right, because I hadn't been to work in almost a week because I was recovering. And I go out. I dig out of the snow. Made me feel like my old Pizza Man days. Just like, yeah, like out there. Dig. Took me 30 minutes to dig my car out.
I'm letting that shit melt. Fuck that.
If I didn't have to work, absolutely. So anyway, so I pull my car out. You know, I got to rock it back and forth, you know, to finally get it out of my space. My poor tires, by the way.
Which I get to get fixed weeks ago, but
no, the two rears are fine. I got to get two front ones.
On the front wheel drive car. Yeah.
My name is Jared Smith. All right, sorry you had to see that. Anyway, so I get to work. As I'm driving to work, my boss texts me. He said, "Hey, are you closing tonight?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "I'm on the way, man," because I was ready to just get out of my room. He said, "Good, it's only me and you." I was like, "What the fuck does that mean? It's only me and you?" I was like, "It's 12 o'clock. There's a whole day ahead of us." So I get to work, dude. Nobody is there. There are a very small handful of technicians. One other service advisor is there. She left because she was feeling ill, and it was just me and my boss. The dealership next door, we're associated with one another, and they closed apparently, or nobody was there, and all their phone calls were being bounced to me. So every time I stood up to try to do something, I had to sit back down. Hey, I don't work next door. I don't know what's going on with your car. It was kind of a nightmare. And then we closed at 5, thank God. They were like, "You want to stay till 6?" And I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm a company guy. I'll do it." Yeah, it was a horrible. Well, the general manager asked me, and he's a nice guy. So
no
I was
such
like,
thing as a company guy anymore.
Nah,
because
I was the last of a dying breed.
As soon as you leave, the company will replace you.
Yeah.
So
you gotta be irreplaceable.
Oh, I am, baby.
There's no such
like
thing.
Beyonce.
There's always some sucker out there that'll take a job.
No, I know. It's true. It's true.
Yeah, imagine that. But anyway, so it was a nightmare. And somebody I work with, a good friend of ours, he lives around the corner. And he said, "Dude, you came in yesterday?" This was on Wednesday. I was like, "Yeah."
I know him. That motherfucker was like, "I wasn't going nowhere."
Well, he was like, "I couldn't get out of the neighborhood." He was like, "How the fuck did you get out?" And I was just like, "Well, I used to do this for a living pretty often, so I just found a way out of it."
They found another one. They found him.
Ladies and gentlemen, here, Jared, can you put the camera on me? Thank you. I'm going to lift my glasses right now. I am not your bitch. All right, there you go. All right, I'm done. I'm done with that. I don't want to argue. I don't want to fight. I'm just trying to be a simple man that does his job. Anyway, but I am one of those. Yeah, I love you too. We love you as well, Jessica. And if you love Jessica just as much as us, you will like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Comment.
That little notification. Yep, point. Yeah, you see your finger? It looks like we're pointing at something. The notification button. So if you need to wake up to your morning commute when you can get to work and not plow through snow, you can listen to us talk, listen to me babble, and watch us drink. And that's really all I got to say. Cheers. Yeah, there you go. Well, Jared's not a big cheers guy. He will only cheer. He's one of those people that if you cheers one time, that's it. There's no more. You can drink like 10 beers together.
And I might not even cheers the first time. I'm like, I'm just here chilling. Like, because the other night, like, you wanted to cheers. I'm like, bro.
Well, I do it to annoy you.
Well, that makes sense.
Well, I do it because I care, but I also care to annoy you.
What's the point?
I don't know.
I don't know. You know what? I think
my life is uneventful.
I think I'm just spending way too much time by myself, and I was just like, do we really have to do all this extra shit?
Yeah,
like all this like thing to make us feel like we belong. Like that doesn't.
Dude, we should take a road trip somewhere.
I think you
I'm
guys
not going
should.
to Baltimore with you tomorrow.
Not in like even
we don't want to go to Baltimore.
You guys should go somewhere that's like nice and sunny and like. Do your podcast in like a nice and sunny.
And you know what else?
He don't want to get on no plane.
I'm not a flyer.
Okay, drive somewhere that's like...
I fly wherever I
fly.
go.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you know what? He drives, so just take the passenger seat, get in the car.
I'll drive.
Hold up.
No, not. Are you gonna
hold on?
Are you gonna make a driving Miss Daisy reference? Because if you do,
no.
All right.
What I'm gonna get to, because this, I think this is a podcast that got fucking fucked over too.
Yeah.
When we were talking about when we went to the Tom Segura show.
Oh yeah,
I rented a car We did a road trip. We went to Richmond.
We drove down to Richmond.
And we had a great time. Like the show was amazing, fucking whatever. But I did all the driving.
Well, it was your rental
You
car.
didn't drive. It doesn't matter. You could have drove.
You could have drove back. You could have fucking.
Oh, you didn't ask.
Hey, do you
could
want me
have
to drive?
offered, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't think about it. The car smelled from that burger you bought. He was like, "No, I don't think that's what it is." Well, it wasn't. It didn't smell before the burger was in the car, Jared. So
it did sit in there for a while because I only got to eat like a couple bites because we had to get to the show.
Yeah.
And then even like bro, the one thing that you did that was like, you know what? Because he made a decision that was like, you know what? That was the right decision because I didn't feel like standing in line for beer because the line was getting annoying and everybody seemed like they were trying to push in front or whatever because we were inside of an old theater in Richmond and people were trying to push and I didn't expect. Shout out to Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer. I got their Two Bears One Cave hat on, by the way.
Like our stuff too, man.
If they'll ever see it, but it doesn't matter. I was not expecting the demographic to be as light as it was. Even though it was Tom Segura.
White people.
I didn't say that. But yeah, anyway, so I was irritated. I just wanted to get to my seat and whatever. And so he was like, "No, man, I want beer." I'm like, fine. So we sat there. We got the beer. I got my 2 beers. That was a good call.
Yeah, man. Getting up and look, so if you go to any type of big event, like indoor event, sporting event, or anything like that, getting beer is a pain, So, and it's like, all right, I'm about to pay an excessive amount of money for alcohol. That's how you know you got a problem. All right, it's like
first of all, motherfucker, your ticket was free, so I don't want to hear about excessive amounts of anything.
Well, no, I just mean in general. I don't mean it this one scenario. Okay, here, before let me finish first, and I would tell you something else.
Yeah.
No, but it's just like, hey, we're here. Let's just get our fucking beer. Let's sit down. Let's get comfortable. Let's enjoy it. Because during a comedy show, obviously, I've never been to something of that magnitude in terms of star power. I've seen Jared's shows.
Either. Oh well, I've seen Chappelle at the Improv in Ontario, but that's a smaller club. Like this is a theater. You see somebody. If I saw Chappelle in the theater, I'd be like, but for me, it's not the same because when he's in the clubs, he's working shit out.
Yeah,
that's not his work. When they're in the theaters, that's the shit they're gonna eventually. I'd say 30 to 40% of that is gonna make it into his next special.
Nah, I mean that's fine, dude. Hey, at least you got to see him in person. I would love to see Dave Chappelle in person.
Oh no, it was fire.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
Dave Chappelle would be so dope. I saw his last special on Netflix. You guys watch it?
Of course. Oh yeah, anything Dave does, like, I mean, I've been a fan of his probably half my life, honestly.
Comedians do things, not out of intentional. And he got chewed out for like.
Well, it's comedy.
No. They do.
Yeah.
They do things on. They do intentional things. Like that last special was 100% intentional, but he's at the level, and I can only hope to get to half of, maybe even a quarter of that. He's at the level where he can write stuff and make it provocative, yet it's true, and if you have an open mind and you're objective about things, you'll like, you know what? That makes perfect sense. But if you want to be closed-minded, I'm gonna give you a second. If you want to be closed-minded, or you are a closed-minded person, and you just want to read headlines and not even hear the whole thing, then yes, you're gonna take everything out of context. But, and I'm not talking about you. I'm just
no, I didn't, and I didn't think you were. No, but like comedians do things based on their life.
Exactly.
They all do it, and I think that's what makes their specials and like everything that they give their all in, because they want everybody to know that, hey, this is my life, this is my everyday. You may find a joke out of it, I may not.
Yeah.
And they just explain everything that goes on, and I love that about each comedian that I watch. Some of them may be hilarious to people, and then some of them may not. It's like you got to find the people that you like, so you can watch
100%.
And if you don't like that person and they offend you, don't watch.
Don't watch them.
But bro, the thing is
that is 100% what every comedian would say.
Yeah, well, because it's comedy, and you know, we obviously live in a day and age of society where obviously offensiveness is thrown everywhere about everything, and I'm not telling people not to be offended by certain things, but you have to understand it's like what you're going to watch, okay? What you're getting yourself into.
I'm gonna replace that shit because
I don't know why it's not.
our guests shouldn't have to be going through all.
Yeah,
that shit.
no,
It's okay.
we're sorry.
No. It's
But put it this way,
Maybe I'll do them
it's
one
like
by
when you
one.
go, it's like when we go to the movies, or if you go to a movie and then say I'm gonna go see, I'm gonna throw a crazy example out there. Olympus Has Fallen. I only saw it because it was on Netflix in the little.
That shit popped up on your shit
Yeah,
first?
no, it was just when I was scrolling through. But I'm using that so.
They hit me with Silverado today.
Hey, Silverado's.
I've never seen it, but I'm gonna finish it.
Oh,
But
dude,
keep going. Keep going.
Okay, so I know I'm gonna go watch an action movie that's gonna have a lot of explosions, blah blah blah. I know that for a fact. I'm not gonna go watch an Oscar-worthy picture. Do you know what I mean? I know what I'm going to see.
Even though there's Oscar-worthy actors in there.
Yeah.
No, exactly.
I agree with that. But Netflix matches you like 93%. Oh, like this is what you would like. It puts you in that category of
Oh man.
based on percentage of, what they've seen you watch time and time again.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, did you guys see Don't Look Up? Did you
Yeah,
watch
so
that?
so I started watching it. I got about roughly close to an hour in, then I fell asleep, and I have not returned to it. Not because I found it boring. I don't know, man. It does have a lot of star power. I just didn't really seem to care for it overall, to be honest with you. Man.
Just move closer.
Yeah, you're going to have to scoot up. You know who we can blame for that? TJ. He's tall.
No.
Oh, is this? Hold on.
that
is
that
this,
arm is-
I'm just gonna
that-
leave it like this.
yeah.
Is that,
Yeah,
fine?
that's fine.
Okay.
We just want to
If
make
you
sure.
need to move closer, move closer.
Yeah, so we're having some technical difficulties.
Nah, that arm is fucking trash.
So I liked. Well, I can't say I didn't. I was kind of like semi about Don't Look Up. If you guys haven't watched it, take a look at it if you're interested in it. It has Jennifer Lawrence, Jonah Hill, Meryl Streep, Leonardo DiCaprio. So those are like the huge names in it. The thing that bothered me was like there's an asteroid. Sorry, spoiler alert. There's an asteroid.
If you haven't seen it by now, like you're
coming to Earth, and they tried to warn the whole planet about it, but nobody takes them seriously. And I'm like, she's crying. She's like making this huge ordeal on national TV about it, and like nobody wants to believe it. And I was like, holy shit! Like, what if that really happened?
Well, it's supposed to reflect like social commentary.
Yeah,
and
especially like these days, like
especially these days.
like like who's taking the threat of coronavirus at the beginning seriously, and that's what I think. It's definitely a meme movie. I agree with you, but I saw somebody post on Facebook the other day. They thought that fucking Leonardo DiCaprio deserved an Oscar for that movie. I'm like, what are you talking about?
He has done many award-winning
Way better.
performances.
Way better.
And that's not one of them. I think that he definitely deserved one for Titanic.
He's good
Oh, yeah. He's an amazing actor.
He's good in that.
Amazing actor.
because that's who he is. He's a good
Yeah,
actor.
He's an
But-
actor.
Well, he surrounds
Oscar
himself
for that shit?
Yeah, no.
and it's Oscar. They're like nominating it for like Oscar.
Well, it won't
buzz.
win. If it wins,
No, it's gonna win. Bet bet money that shit wins. You know why? Because it's the fucking propaganda shit, man. I
Okay.
guarantee.
Okay.
Because
No, but it has all these actors and like.
Well, that's what they're
excuse me,
pushing.
Actors and actresses
But-
who are like A-list celebrities.
But The
in
Harder They
there.
Fall also has a shitload of A-list actors. Like you got Idris Elba, Regina Bell. You got
Idris
A-list-
is my guy, dude.
fucking
Yeah,
what's
he's awesome.
Lateef? Not
Queen Latifah.
No, Lakeith. God, Lakeith Sholin, I think his name is. Either way, yes, and I'm not trying to make this a race thing. Yes, they're all black, but those are also top level fucking
They're all
actors.
A-list celebrities.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Some of the best actors.
The Harder
dude.
They Fall should be nominated for Best Picture of the Year. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Like if you nominate the Don't Look Up and you don't nominate The Harder They Fall for Best Picture of the Year, something's wrong.
Yeah, no. I haven't seen it yet. Obviously,
Don't Look Up.
No, I haven't seen The Harder They Fall.
I don't think I saw it either.
No.
Is
Y'all
it's
watching,
new?
bro.
It's new.
No, well,
it
it came out in November. Yeah.
I'm trying to.
Oh
think
no,
of
you know what's crazy? I'll watch it tonight.
No, I'm gonna look at it too now that you say it. But I didn't.
No,
you know,
it's a good
There's
ver-
so much stuff on Netflix.
If
it's
you like westerns,
Are you a Western
you'll-
person?
Yeah. Do you like westerns?
um,
Like old school, like Clint Eastwood, Fistful of Dollars,
Outlaw Josie Wales.
The Good, Bad, the Ugly. Yeah.
Unforgiven.
I'm gonna check it out.
All right.
We
We recommend
check it out.
We
Oh,
recommend it.
by the way, I did watch them.
Oh
Sorry,
yeah.
this is
oh
so
yeah.
crazy.
Back to this.
Yeah, sorry. This is so insane.
we talked about that the
And
last time she was on, and then she watched it.
I watched it. That show was the most craziest thing I've ever seen in my entire
I told you.
life.
I told you.
Now that is on some other level of Get Out. It's like top notch Get
Yeah.
Out. Like, and that to me deserves an award. Like at anything, I'm like, this is crazy.
That would be Emmy. That's TV.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
TV.
They could do some like I would be like,
Now,
if you haven't seen that show, watch it because it's in. That thing blew my mind.
yeah,
I was like,
so I have a.
Wait, is it
I
on
have a-
Netflix?
No, it's
on
Amazon. We
It's
talked
Amazon.
about this plenty of
Oh,
times.
yeah,
we
no,
pulled
no.
it up. Do you want me to pull it up
You
for
need
you?
to
No.
watch it.
I was just asking. Look, man.
She watched it because we talked about it on one of
Well,
the shows.
she's a more decent person than I am.
Well, I agree.
Watch
Oh,
it.
okay.
No,
Thank
it's
you,
not about
Jared.
Decency, but watch the show.
All right, I'll watch it. All right.
Now,
all right.
now let me ask you this, because he probably won't remember anyway. But
Oh, thanks.
did you think it was because somebody explained it to me recently, and it made sense to me? Did you think is there multiple things going on, or is it what all the other shit that's happening like throughout the street? Is that and then is that combined? Am I explaining this right? Whatever's happening in the house, do you think that is part of what's going on in their head and the trauma that's going on in their head compared
I think
to
that what happened outside of the house provoked what was going on inside of the house.
so it's a mental thing.
It's all mental, but those white people were evil. They were horrible.
Well, that was the 1950s.
Yeah, I know, but it was
And it's still
like,
true in 2022.
Yeah,
Not as much, but I
But
feel
it-
you.
it to me, like honestly, I understand I'm white.
I hope you do.
Oh, yeah, that was. Thank you for acknowledging.
But I can't imagine somebody just being in that time frame and doing some horrendous shit like that. Like that was pure evil and hatred coming like deep down. You can feel it in somebody's soul.
Yeah. But
Like I was telling my friend on Facebook, I was like, dude, that fucking wannabe Kristen Bell, like she looks like a wanted. I'm like, I can't stand her. Like somebody literally, I bet you she got so much hate mail like on her intro. Like in
I don't.
her email
To be
and
honest,
stuff, like
I don't even. I don't think the show got its just due. I don't think it. I don't think that it got put out there like that.
and you know it should have because
I agree.
they need to put it like mainstream, like somewhere on like they need.
No, I mean, it's on Amazon.
Like,
It's on Amazon Prime, and I know before I left Howard that Amazon they were working deals out with their acting college and all that. Actually, that they renamed it to they brought back the School of Acting or whatever they called it. Felicia Rashard's a dean, and they named the school after Chadwick Boseman. So, and I know for a fact that Amazon was a big part of it because they're trying to do a lot of diversity and inclusiveness, which is cool. But the thing is, I feel like everybody's on Netflix, but Netflix is doing the same thing. The Harder They Fall, big names, big blockbuster movie, which probably didn't get its due. Like this guy didn't even see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not knocking you for not seeing it. It's more. I feel like it wasn't pushed hard enough. It was pushed decently because I even told him, I was like, yo, I'm ready to see this.
Well, when I initially saw the trailers, I was like, yeah, this looks pretty fucking badass because I'm a Western fan too.
Something didn't push you over the top.
Again, it's not that I don't want to wash it. I wash it. Make sure you wash yourself.
Gotcha. Keep going.
I think it's like me so more finding the time to sit down and enjoy it because I don't want to throw it on one night like I did. What is it? Don't Look Up. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
And not appreciate it for what it is. I want to. If anything, when I was home with COVID, I probably should have watched it. But
from a scale of 1 to 10, The Harder They Fall is a 1. Oh no, I'm sorry. 10 being the highest. The Harder They Fall is a 10. Don't Look Up is a 5.
No, that's fine, and I agree. But I just wanted something to watch, but you're right. Since it wasn't pushed so much, it's kind of slipped my mind as well. It's not that I don't want to watch it, dude. I'll watch, especially a Western, man. Like I love those kind of movies.
But the shit was on. It was number 1 for like at least 2 weeks.
I know that, but you know what's crazy? I haven't really been on Netflix a lot lately because I've been watching. I know you're gonna
go the Yellowstone.
Well, first,
my mom,
dude, Yellowstone is fucking sick.
My mom told me to watch the show.
Dude, you're gonna love it.
Meaning to watch it.
Dude, you're gonna love it. I promise.
She explained everything to me, and I'm like, I need to watch it.
Dude, it's
Have
kind
you seen it, Jared?
Hey, y'all see how the white shit gets fucking put on top easily?
No, have you seen Yellowstone? Have you seen
Yeah.
it?
I have not seen Yellowstone.
Have you watched it? I heard it's like the top. My mom is like, you gotta
I
watch this.
just finished Longmire, which finished this last season, either this year or last year.
I would say about a year or so ago.
Okay, so I finally finished Longmire.
That's my guy.
I was pushing that back only because I think I had started it when it first came to Netflix before the other 2 seasons came on, and I was like, yo, I need to see the other season before. But anyway. So I finished that, and then I went into Cobra Kai. Just finished Cobra Kai today. New season for that is coming also. And I was shitting on Cobra Kai the 4th season, probably up until episode 5, and then it got better.
Yeah. Well, I mean, some things, they take time to like fruition, so to speak.
But you gotta go watch the old movies.
Oh, I'm a fan of.
They cut back to it, and we can talk about Matrix again if we want. But they cut back to some of the scenes. But you got to watch the old movies they don't cut enough to where you really get what's happening from the old shit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, again, I think that show, just like, and again, if you want to talk about the Matrix, we can. It's made for fans, like diehard. Is it introducing a new generation?
About Cobra Kai?
Yeah, it's
Cobra Kai is definitely introducing a new crowd.
Okay, that's fine. I saw when it was on YouTube.
Yep.
I watched the first 2 episodes, and then it's like, well, I don't want to keep watching it on YouTube. And
I've seen them. Well, that's why they had to go to Netflix.
Yeah. So now that it's on there, I'm just like, okay, I feel more inclined to watch it. Not to knock YouTube or anything like that, but something like The Karate Kid. Which is big in our generation, and in
more
terms
mine.
of okay,
that's why I do martial arts to this day because of that movie.
Yeah. So,
and The Last Dragon.
Last Dragon's dope, dude.
Yeah,
the fucking Last Dragon's dope. But yeah, no, now it's on a bigger platform. I hate to be that guy, but it's like, yeah, now I can sit down and watch it on TV, like on a TV. You know what I mean? And I guess enjoy it. But
not a computer guy. But go ahead.
So, Jessica.
Yes.
Jess the best.
She done took the glasses off. She's like, I'm ready to talk some shit.
I'm sorry. I had to take my earrings and
gotcha.
because the headphones.
The headphones are pinchy.
I'm like, oh my gosh, this is hurting me.
They get pinchy.
Bad, so.
Yeah.
I mean, you can take them off. It's just like it's harder to hear what's going on.
No, it's okay. No. It's fine. I'm just gonna leave it like that.
So, are you a fan of The Matrix?
I've seen.
Did you see the new one?
No, I haven't watched a new one. I heard so many people said it was trash. So I'm like, I was so excited for it, but I'm like, I don't want to. If
I didn't mean to cut you off.
It's trash. No,
so
you're fine. I don't want to watch it.
Which ones have you seen?
I believe it's been so long. I'm like, I don't even know the difference between the first. I think I saw the third one. Honestly, I don't know if I've seen the first. It might have been the first one. It's been so long ago. Like, I honestly don't.
You had to see the first one. The first one was iconic. That was
I was
that
so
was a
young.
game.
I had to be like 9 years old when that.
Yeah,
thing
but that was a
released.
game changer of movies in general.
Yeah, it's like a landmark film. It
Yeah.
really is in cinema, and just the way the movie is shot. I mean, just the whole film, just the idea of the film. It was for the time. It came out in '99. It was out there, man. It's like really out there.
You know, the funny part is, I just saw something recently that, basically, okay, so the lady who wrote The Matrix was a black lady. Basically, it was like a resurrection story of Jesus or whatever. And there's a whole backstory behind it. I'm not.
Well, that sounds actually pretty interesting now that I think about it.
Well, the prequel to The Matrix is supposedly Terminator.
No
way.
Yeah. So think about how Terminator and like especially Judgment Day, how the shit was fucking like shit blew up and they destroyed the sky just because they were trying to get rid of the machines.
Yeah.
That was this lady apparently wrote all that, and then but it was stolen from her because she pitched it to Hollywood way back in the day.
Where did you see this at?
It was on TikTok.
It was on TikTok.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a YouTube video about it though?
There's
Because that's something I would really want to watch.
Trust me. There's first of all, the Matrix part is true. She did write the Matrix part. Apparently, this same lady wrote a concept and pitched it in Hollywood for Terminator. I don't know if it was Terminator 1 or 2, but either way, she pitched that to them, and they were like, "No, we don't want it." And she was like, "All right, well, fuck it." But then years later, her shit came out, and because she was a black woman in the 80s and like sci-fi and black women or black people apparently wasn't a thing at that time. And so think about the Terminator, especially Judgment Day. Boom, shit blows up. Remember when they said they scorched the sky?
Yeah, of course, dude.
In the Matrix, that was the scorch of the sky, so that's why they had to figure out another way to create.
Dude, don't mind fuck me like this, dude.
That's actually really cool.
Dude, don't mind fuck me like.
It makes sense though, right?
No, it makes sense. But you think the thing is like with certain things and like certain like I guess within movie lore and universes, and obviously the multiverse is a big thing with Marvel. If that is the case, that's fucking badass. But then, man, now I'm gonna think about this shit because Terminator 2 is.
One of my,
it's in my top 5 favorite films ever.
That goes back to what we were just talking about. As far as landmark movies, Terminator 2, again, special effects changed the whole game of all cinema. We would not have the CGI we have today if it wasn't for that movie.
T-1000.
We wouldn't have the photography and the cinematography that we have today if it wasn't for The Matrix. So those two movies that all came from this one person, apparently, allegedly. Actually, no, she got money for The Matrix. She did get paid for The Matrix because the Wachowski sisters/brothers stole that shit.
Yeah, that's pretty wild, man.
Yeah, it's some wild shit, man. Hollywood was fucked up back in the day.
So, Jess, what's obviously we're big, nerds. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, there you go. That is the appropriate time to use that. And when I told you to go buy Halo, go play.
Okay, fuck Halo.
Okay,
back
anyway.
to your question.
Is there like a movie franchise or a movie in general that you love the most or you can watch over and over?
Oh my gosh.
And if there's a couple, that's okay. But if there's one that really sticks out.
The Pirates of Caribbean.
That's a good fucking.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Johnny Depp. I mean, I know people he's gotten so much backlash with the whole Amber Heard thing.
He shouldn't get backlash.
No, I know he shouldn't.
Fuck that
I know.
bitch.
Fuck that.
I know he shouldn't.
No,
but Pirates,
women can beat men too, motherfuckers.
Pirates
God
of
damn it.
Caribbean had to be my favorite trilogy. The last movie sucked.
The last
but
one
it had Penelope Cruz in it. The last one was not good, but the first three were amazing.
They are very.
I remember begging my mom to buy me the movies. I was like, these movies are amazing.
For some reason,
They're
that is
my
the
favorite.
last series of movies that I would ever think that. I don't even know why I would. I don't know. But that's one of my top favorite. That's one of
My
my top
favorite.
ones. That shit is fucking amazing.
Johnny Depp is an extraordinary
Yeah, he
actor,
is.
man.
Fuck that. The
It's
whole
incredible.
the story
Oh,
is good.
Yeah,
By
yeah,
the
the
way,
story's
all
good.
good.
This is so random. I rewatched The Secret Window because it was
Dude,
on
that
Netflix.
movie's sick.
It's
dude.
on
That movie's
Netflix. It's on Netflix.
amazing.
Dude, that movie's sick. dude.
I don't know what
I
it
had
is.
it on DVD.
Johnny Depp, I don't know what it is about him. He's just phenomenal. And like everything he plays, I don't like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Like that movie scared me.
That
Like,
wasn't that good.
I didn't watch it.
It was scary.
I didn't
but
watch
it's a
it.
Tim Burton. It was a Tim Burton thing, and Tim Burton does all scary, a lot of scary shit. I'm gonna let you finish, but I have a tidbit about that. Like, I've watched a shitload of Johnny Depp movies. I had a girlfriend when I was living in California. She was a huge Johnny Depp fan, and I pretty much have seen all of Johnny Depp movies. I was already a fan of the Pirates of the Caribbean, but then going back and watching, like you were saying, like, he's a fucking phenomenal actor, and he's very slept on, especially with all the shit that's going on right now.
Yeah, I'm waiting for him to come back. Like he needs some kind of movie that's gonna bring him back because he's just like one of those actors who's like really every single role he gets into, he can get into 100%.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him in some kind of major role, but he always gets those weird, oddball kind of
He likes those, though.
those because I feel like he can get those the best. I feel like he should step outside of his comfort zone and do something that's a little.
You don't
bit
think he's a little too old for that now?
No,
No, no.
I don't. I feel like right now would probably be his prime.
So it's
His
crazy you said that.
prime.
I was just talking about actors because we were just talking about Yellowstone. I saw our good friend G Reg. Shout out to you, sir. We were talking about Kevin Costner because he's in Yellowstone.
Silverado.
Oh gosh,
Silverado.
Kevin
So,
Costner is.
yeah.
Excuse me, I'm sorry for
Oh,
old man.
here
He's
you
hot.
go.
Yeah.
Here
He
you go.
is hot.
I knew the woman was gonna bring
Hey,
Kevin
Jared,
Costner's looks
I
into
was
this.
looking at him like,
Hey,
Look,
Jared,
my
can you
mom
put the
told me,
camera
oh
on?
my gosh. I was like, Kevin Costner for
I
old
was-
man is hot.
Okay, so I thought Brad Pitt was coming up.
No.
I thought Johnny Depp was gonna come up as one of the hottest, and then as soon as we get to Kevin Costner, I knew it was gonna happen.
Yeah, dude.
Although I love Kevin Costner,
Yeah,
Kevin
as a
Costner.
fucking actor.
He's a good
So-
actor.
So me and him were talking about literally what we're talking about right now. Certain actors that, you know, they step out of their range. I mean, he's always been a great actor, but it's like, hey, could you see him in a certain type of movie?
Hey, and Waterworld was a good movie. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Waterworld was one of the greatest movies of all time.
So then I
Carry
brought up, but then I brought up, one of my favorite actors, somebody that we all grew up watching. I brought up Jim Carrey because he's known as the funny man, and I know not all his films are phenomenal, but when he made that transition a little later in his career after Ace Ventura and Living Color and The Mask and all that stuff, he did The Truman Show, Man on the Moon.
Yep.
He's got a couple serious films, and for somebody who I identify as the funny man, to see him do serious roles was different for me. But man, he was fucking good at it. And I know he's not the only example, but he's probably one of my favorite actors.
So let me can I bring that back kind of full circle to what we were talking about earlier?
Sure.
How a lot of times what happens is actors think they can go and do stand up and just be comedians or whatever. But usually it turns out bad for actors who act, just straight up actors who try to go to do stand up. However, stand up comedians who go to do acting always do good.
I mean,
And
that doesn't surprise me.
And I haven't been in the game long enough to even fucking focus on it. However, I have done some acting and like low level shit in school or whatever. But I've also done stand up. You have to be able to transition between comedians can do it and act. They can act out something when they do their joke. An actor can only do whatever the lines that are given to them.
Yeah, no, I got you.
Comedians write their lines for the most part. They write their own lines and then they act it out from there. But I've always just been kind of upset about when people think that actors can come and do stand up. Like, no, that doesn't happen. Like, I guarantee, like, Jim Carrey's a stand up comedian. He started out as a stand up comedian.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember, like, I heard something about him in his 8th grade class, and his teacher let him go up in front of the class and do a stand-up comedy in eighth
grade.
Yeah.
Yeah, and despite what people feel about him outside of film, because I know that later in his career he's gotten a lot of flack for maybe some of the things he said.
Yeah, just because he's an open thinker.
Yeah, no, and that's to this day why I love him. I mean, Ace Ventura is one of the first real childhood memories I have, like as a young person.
It brought transgender people out from the beginning.
Well, Jared, let me tell you something.
No, keep going where you're going.
But I just look at, because entertainment is a big part of everybody's lives to some degree, whether it's movie, music, TVs, and whatever the case may be. And I remember as a kid, I was like, man, I want to be funny like this guy. This guy was literally one of my heroes. If I had to be completely honest,
what happened, sir?
I don't know. I had
Stop being funny. That's what happened.
I'm funny.
Nah.
No, but Jim Carrey, like, honestly, I can say he's actually like a top-notch actor. Every role that he goes into.
He gives it 100%.
Dives into it.
Yeah, he consumes himself in it, and I think
that's the same thing. I think about Johnny Depp. Like those two actors, that's like one thing they have in common. Give their all every single role that they go into.
I think I've never been one to really knock an actor because, like, I don't know, like, would I like to make a movie someday? That would be cool.
We can knock Keanu Reeves.
No, actually, I can't.
Why?
Because in real life,
he's a very nice person.
Well, he's a phenomenal individual.
But you can't do the same. Hold on, move the camera on me.
I can't.
But you can't do the same thing in real life.
That's like who's another person that? Well, can I use Mark Wahlberg?
Wahlberg?
Nah, not Mark Wahlberg. God, I'm trying to think of somebody who plays himself in every movie. Tom Cruise.
He doesn't play himself in every movie. What are you talking about?
Well, for I think a majority of it. I don't know. He's Tom Cruise. I like him. I like his movies.
Okay, so he plays himself in every movie. So Mission Impossible. His character is a spy who fucking does all his own stunts. And, well, I don't want to say does all his stunts. Who fucking runs all over the place and does everything.
I think it's the running thing for me.
What do you mean it's the running thing? What the fuck are you talking about?
Nothing. I'm just saying he is this. I feel like he's like the same person. Like, does he play different roles? Yes, but I feel like he's still the same guy. Doesn't like no matter what film it is.
Tropic Thunder. Shut up. Shut your fucking mouth.
That's like
shut your pie hole. No, that's his fucking best acting. Phenomenal acting, bro.
I know. I'm not knocking that at all. I'm not knocking his acting.
Tom Cruise is not, or I should say, Maverick is not the same as fucking.
Oh, I forgot you're like.
What's the guy from Ethan Hawke? Yeah. Not Ethan Hawke. What's his name in fucking Mission Impossible?
What? Ethan Hunt.
Ethan Hunt. I was close. So those aren't the same characters.
Yeah, but
Ethan Hunt is not the same as Jack Reacher.
Yeah, I know it's not.
Jack Reacher's more badass than Ethan Hunt.
Well, it's the same like premise though.
What the fuck you mean?
All right. I don't want to argue.
It's two different. One's a spy and one's a fucking badass
what have I done, folks?
Guy who is not in the army anymore.
All right. I mean, I like his movies. I enjoy them.
You're a hater.
I'm not a fucking. I just said I like his movies. I like Tom Cruise. All right. I think I got that out of my system. Jared got it out as well.
No, I didn't.
No. Okay. So
stop hating on Tom Cruise.
I'm not hating on Tom Cruise.
I'm gonna make sure. Hey, don't hate on Tom Cruise, or say no to hate on Tom Cruise.
All right. Now I feel like I have to watch a catalog of his movies to feel.
You do.
Well, I like his movies. I don't.
No, you don't.
I don't. Put it this way. I don't think I've ever watched a movie that he's made that I haven't really enjoyed.
You know what? Here's the funny part. I was in my house the other day cleaning, and I had a shirt on, and I had my drawers on, and some socks, and I slid across the fucking floor.
And that, folks, is called risky business. All right. So yeah, don't hate me. Like,
no, I'm hating you.
Take the more records on the Hey, dude. Hey, first of all, fucking Bob Seger is the man, dude.
First of all, I'm slicing that up for TikTok.
No, all right, that's fine. That's okay with me. Nah, man. But I don't know. But
the titties joint almost didn't get posted. I tried to do the subtitles.
Yeah.
And it was like, this is against our policies. I was like, all right, well, fuck you. I'll just do it without the fucking subtitles.
Oh, it's all right. It's all right.
Goddamn First Amendment violators.
Yeah, we were just talking about the First Amendment, which we are allowed to exercise here on the Mad Scientist Lab podcast.
We are, but these big tech companies are trying not to.
And since we're talking about it, I know we were talking about a little while ago about that Joe Rogan podcast and this revered doctor.
We already talked about that, but
well, we didn't really dive too much into it. Oh, here you are, sir. So it's kind of amazing. The way, after listening to this guy's interview, because I didn't know who he was, and I don't think most people did. It's like, yo, this guy is super calm. He's he's not a nutcase by any. I mean, he invented the technology around this shit. And it's like, why can't this guy speak, dude? And they're trying to take him off of Twitter. I don't have a Twitter, but I've been hearing about it.
You don't have anything but Facebook.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like I need all that.
It's fun.
Well, I understand it's fun. And, dude, you know what? There are so many beautiful people on the internet. It's like...
Well, that's Instagram. Stay off Instagram. I
can
highly recommend staying off Instagram.
Instagram's the world of the fantasy.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah. Dude, trust me. I know. Somebody was like, this is my Instagram. I was like, you don't look like this. I was like, this isn't you.
It's a lot of people do Photoshop. Like, I have Instagram.
No, I believe it.
I try to keep mine real. Somebody said to me, they saw me in a bar, like, when I was out one night, and they're like, this is somebody I went to middle school with, and he saw me, he goes, oh my gosh, you look exactly the same you look online. In Instagram, Facebook, I go,
like, that's what it's supposed to look like.
What am I supposed to look like?
What am I supposed to look like?
I had somebody. My bad. I don't mean to cut you off.
Yeah. Go ahead.
But if I don't say it, I'll forget. I had somebody tell me, like, yeah, my Facebook is my Facebook, but whatever is on my Instagram, that's my life. Like, you're lying.
Like,
my friend, she is a huge Instagrammer, but she has like paid stuff.
Oh, she's an influencer.
She's an influencer. She has like 30 million. I mean, not 30 million. Sorry,
30,000?
like 30,000 followers, and she gets like paid stuff, and then she gets like she does a bunch of branding. Like, it's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I was like, you go, girl. Like, I'm always so fascinated by people who do influencing for like a life.
But what do you have to do to get to that level? That's the thing that I worry about.
I couldn't do it. This honestly, like, I try to be an influencer, but it was taking so much of my time.
Yeah, because that's all you're doing.
That's all you're doing. Kids.
Yeah,
I can't be online like that. And I was like, that's what I noticed. Like, I had to stop myself from being on the computer so much. Not on the computer, but like my phone so much.
Yeah.
And like,
same thing.
And my fiance was like, "Why are you on your phone so much?" And like, I'm like,
because it takes away from the quality time or the quality of your life.
And then I'm like, okay, you know what? My real life matters more than like my social media life. So let me get off my phone.
Well, it's crazy. Well, it's not crazy, but it's one of those things. So like in terms of like big social media platforms, I just have my Facebook. Okay. And I think the reason being is because even though I post things and everything like that, like most people do, obviously, I think if I'm doing it on 100 different platforms, like I personally feel that after a certain point, I'm just seeking attention from people I don't know. And it's like, is it cool to always get some outside, like, hey, you're doing a good job or whatever it is? Of course, man. But my goal, if I post something on Facebook, isn't really for likes. Do people like it? Yes. It's to just say how I feel, post something, and be done with it. It's like, hey, you know what? This is a platform where you can speak your mind peacefully or unpeacefully, unfortunately, but that's the way it works.
Nah, not so much these days.
I feel like Facebook is like really... Here's the thing, like, between Facebook and Instagram or like Twitter, I don't have Twitter, so I don't know what the Twitter world's like, but between Facebook and Instagram, they're owned by the same person or a company, but Facebook is more like Instagram. Facebook is more like people personally in real life, but IG is people who gain so many followers and like they don't know those people, you know, so they're getting either good or bad comments, like, and that's where like I feel like a lot of like the trolling and stuff comes in.
It stinks because I don't want to attract people that I don't know like at all. Like seriously, it's like okay, it's like so on Facebook, I have several hundred friends, and I would say more than 80% of them I know personally. Others are just people that I know through other, you know, that kind of thing. And what I'm basically saying is that if I'm, put it this way, have you ever gotten a friend request from somebody you didn't know? And well, I'm sure.
And they stay in my friend request.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, and it's just like, I don't know you. Why are you friend requesting?
And it might be like weeks before I decided, like,
no,
okay, now I know who you are.
I don't accept any of those whatsoever.
I accept
if
some.
Well, it depends. Maybe I have.
The only reason is because I have a couple reasons, and they're usually the ones that I do accept are only for if I know them specifically, like with the whole comedy thing. Like I want to get more comics to the open mics. I know a guy who does open mics in Falls Church. He's been to a couple shows. He's done a couple of my shows. But I also know him through someone else because of martial arts. So for me, it's like, if it's a business thing, then yeah. And I have a couple other comedians that I know, and I have a bunch of martial arts people that I know, just met through the years. I may not even talk to them on a regular basis. But I see what you're saying with a personal thing, but I still have to kind of I have to balance.
Well, in the direction you're going, I that's very understandable because you're using it to gain something in the future, not for your own personal benefit, but to branch out. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm not here. I'm not. I mean,
we do it with the show, you know, like hey, like this, share this, and people that we don't know are watching it and listening to it.
But so here's the thing, and this might sound kind of fucked up at this point, but like me and John aren't friends on Facebook.
No, it's not.
I see him on the Facebook page, but that's only because he's a fan of the Facebook page.
But if obviously I've been friends with him on Facebook since I started it.
But
he posts.
We should be friends at this point.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, he posts pictures of ice fishing and a bunch of
It is
just
what it
jokes.
Is. It's fine. It's fine. That's just what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, I don't just anybody's just not a friend on Facebook. Instagram. Same thing. I kind of balance it out, but I have different Instagram pages for different things.
Yeah, I feel like Instagram is more for. I mean, you can have your Instagram for family and friends, but like, a lot of people they're gonna. This is how I see it. If people like your content on Instagram, they're gonna follow you because they like your content.
Yeah.
You know, Facebook is more. Like of what you said, it's more like a passive thing. I don't think I look at Facebook as like a joke now. People are always posting like memes or like,
it's nothing to be taken overly serious.
It's nothing
I agree.
serious. You know, it's very. A lot of people don't even use Facebook anymore.
Well,
a lot of people use.
It's for the older crowd. For
more so use
it's crazy.
Instagram.
Yeah, a lot of people use Instagram, but.
Or even TikTok. I don't know. I'm not in the TikTok world.
No, me neither. High five.
Gratefully, you are in the presence of a TikTok fucking guy.
Well, I look at Reels on Facebook, and sometimes I share because they're.
Well, first of all, Reels were stolen from Facebook or from TikTok.
TikTok. Yeah, I know it's TikTok.
Instagram and Facebook have stolen everything from TikTok and Snapchat. So everything you see on Instagram came from either Snapchat or TikTok, and they just integrate it into their own thing. But TikTok is the shit. Is the most viral social media available right now.
It is.
Hold on.
Go ahead. No, I've actually got a good
For
question.
your business, you should have a TikTok, and you should be posting your workouts.
I know.
Every fucking day.
I know. I need to.
And
because I post a lot of my stuff. I post most of my content on Facebook, more so than any other thing.
Get on
even
TikTok.
More so than I don't. The thing is though, like, I don't even know how to. I look at everybody on TikTok and I'm like, how do they do these like videos? You know, 1 minute they're like here, and then 1 minute they're like there, and I'm like, wow,
So,
that's amazing.
okay,
I need to learn this.
So here's what you do. First of all, do what you're already doing, what you're doing on Instagram, what you're doing on Facebook. Just post those. Watch other people's stuff, and there's some creators who will have content that's saying like, this is how you do this is how you do this. You can play around with stuff. Don't worry about transitions and none of that shit. Just fucking worry about getting the content out there, because I guarantee you'll grow faster, especially right now on TikTok, than you will on because Instagram is, again, like what we were saying,
it's an older,
it's
like an
older crowd,
platform.
but it's already people that already know you.
Yeah.
There's a shitload of people on TikTok who don't know you, and if they're looking for what you're putting out, then you know what I'm saying, you don't have to even worry about it. Just put the same content you're doing on. Like, I do that for this show. Like, we'll have shows or we'll do shows or whatever, and then I will, when I have time or when I fucking actually get in the mood, I will fucking find a spot that I think is funny. It's like a minute long. I mean, you could do 3 minutes, which means actually now that I'm thinking about it, you could do one workout. Or we're working.
Oh, I could probably do like,
we're doing legs
like
today.
10 seconds of like maybe like 6 or 7
or even maybe a little
workouts.
longer. Maybe a little, yeah. But
Yeah.
put that.
Yeah, that's a good
all into
idea.
one. Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, exactly. So, but then what I do for this is long form. So we're doing an hour. Well, where we at? We're at 121 right now. So we're gonna do an hour, 2 hours, whatever. Somewhere in there is gonna be a bunch of funny stuff. If I have time, I will at least find one of those things, chop it up, and put it on TikTok. And guess what? Once it's done, now I can chop it up and put it on Instagram, Facebook stories,
So
all that
you
shit.
work through TikTok first, and then or
No,
just it just
I worked through
depends?
this first.
Oh, no, okay, I know. Rewind. So yeah, podcast first,
Podcast first.
TikTok, and then the rest of the social network.
And it also depends. But yes, that is the basic formula and that's not even my formula. That Gary Vee, that was his formula a long time ago. And a lot of podcasters do the same thing.
I just wonder, like, what other, there has to be a newer, like, that I saw TikTok for so long and I never hopped on the bandwagon.
Because everybody thought it was
like,
for kids.
It was at first. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So the next social networking that I see that's out, I'm going to get on there first. Like, I'm going to be on, like, one of the first people on there. And then I'm going to be like, okay.
Well, you still have time on TikTok.
I know. I'm going to start to do TikTok. It's just, you know, sometimes the stuff gets so time consuming. Like, I don't post every day.
I agree.
It's tiring. It takes so much energy to do it that it's just.
Let me ask you something, though.
It's so overwhelming sometimes.
Let me ask you something, though. You just said you're getting back to working out every day, right?
Yeah.
All you got to do is set your phone up. Set your phone up. This day I happen to be working this. Boom, boom, boom. You can set your phone in the corner and just fucking do the fucking thing.
I know. And I do. I just don't use TikTok, which I should use TikTok.
No, I'm just telling you. Just get the content.
Oh, so just different workouts, and then I can post
and
them,
then put it together. There's a bunch of editing shit, and just edit it together, and then put it wherever.
Yeah.
But for sure, get on TikTok.
I know. I'm like